What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Aha as we continue through the second disc of bonus material on this 20th Anniversary Edition of Analogue. And the next one, With You, With Me, is Like Slanted Floor, a song that eventually was used by Morten on his 2008 Letter from Egypt solo album. So like with Slanted Floor, my immediate wondering is how similar this Aha version, which didn't make it onto Analogue, will be to the eventual Morten solo tune. Will sonically it be very similar to, somewhat different from, or quite different from the eventual Morten version? Likewise, will his vocal performance be more or less in the same vein? Will there be a more like demo recording type of quality, or will it be a notably different performance overall? So the track on the Morten solo album, it's a slower, kind of lighter tune. I mean, it's not like especially airy, but it definitely has a slower, more calm and comfortable pace. Morten's vocal performance, I think there actually are some lines where he's a bit deeper in his register, but he eventually does go up into the celestial heights, so I suppose it is a dynamic vocal performance. So yeah, I'm trying to keep all of these things in my head as we go to listen to this Aha version. Let's hear it. This is Aha and their version of With You, With Me, a song eventually used by Morten on his Letter from Egypt album.
Can I see you for a moment? Can I sit with you a while? I know it's late, that everything is late. All my life I've been a drifter, and that's how you know me too. I've never seen tomorrow's view. All along I hear the song that something else someday would come along. Late, but suddenly I know what I must do. I didn't see it coming, I didn't know it was you. The days are high and the nights are deep, and I feel it moving in me. Nothing's like it used to be. With you, with me. You may have seen me live my life. Sometimes I've lived for fun. It's easy said, not so easy done.
It's a good line.
You may have watched me in the moonlight, falling from the sky, like every dreamer can go too high. And all along I hear this song, that something else one day would come along. Seamless night to find you by my side. Didn't see it coming, my ever-drifting mind. The days are high and the nights are deep. I feel it moving in me. Nothing's like it used to be. With you, with me.
wonderful. Morten, God, his voice sometimes, it's like even when you know a song and even when you've heard it a great deal, there's just like moments where his voice is like, it's sort of arresting, especially, of course, when he flies up into the sky. But yeah, like sonically, I think that's actually more different than maybe I was expecting. And it definitely has more of like an experimental feel, not necessarily more of like a demo sound, although I suppose it's a little underproduced, though I don't say that in a bad way. It certainly gives it more of a, like Morten's voice is kind of out there, not like by itself, but it's a bit more central and highlighted because the other Sonics aren't quite as full as I'm remembering the Morten solo version to be, which has more of like a, again, it's a mellow tune, but it has sort of an emotional pop type of feel to it. This sonically, there's that like, syncopated percussion, which isn't quite like a heartbeat. There's an extra beat in there. It's not like bum 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 bum. It's like there's an extra beat in it, but it definitely gives it more of like this, I don't know, not intense, but more kinetic type of feel. And then over the course of the track, there, in fact, one of the moments in the end, like it sounded like the snare was in reverse. So I don't know if there was, using like effects to like turn some of the drum sounds around, but they sounded almost other dimensional, and there were other sounds in there that had this more like experimental, like electronic, effects on it type of sound. Now by the end, those strings have a very true, beautiful sound, and there's, keys in there too that are like straight away melody. But yeah, it definitely had a bit more of a like abstract or experimental feel than Morten's eventual solo version. And his vocal performance, I don't think it's terribly different. I guess maybe just I keyed in more to the high moments here. My memory, again, going into this, of the version on Letter from Egypt, is that there's several lines where he's kind of like lower. He's more like, I don't know, chest voice. I'm not a vocal expert, but it felt like more like earthy in his delivery, and then eventually he does go high. But here I was noticing the higher elements more, profoundly. So yeah, again, I think it is actually sonically quite a bit different. Vocally, I don't think it's necessarily different. It's maybe just the way it hit me here in the moment. But it's interesting. Again, like, I'm not sure. I'm curious to hear what people will say about, if this were to go onto the album, what song would you maybe remove? Or, there's the idea of that there's a selection process, and at some point you have to decide, which songs are more reflective of the themes or the feeling of the album, and then which ones maybe weren't quite developed enough, and so on. But it makes sense to me that a tune with this atmosphere was something that Morten still wanted to do something with when he went to make his next solo album. So yeah, very cool. I'm looking forward to the remainder of this, and again, once we finish the second disc, we will go to some of these bonus tracks I see on disc 1, which I'm very much looking forward to. So I'll see you in a moment for another live AHA performance. Peace.